Alrighty guys, welcome back to another video. I know on the podcast and to other people that may be waiting that today's video would be the Minkie whale video. So if you have heard of that, I'm sorry, I'm gonna have to delay that because I want to do that video honor, and I'm actually gonna work on my editing skills a lot. So I just want to make sure that that's a good video and that I put out good quality content, because if you didn't know, I did an open water course for 3 days, but then I went on a minke whale trip, which was a really rare opportunity for me at my dive shop. Our coordinator was very, very nice to let me have this opportunity, and yeah, just to be able to go out for 4 days. I was pulling graveyard shifts. If you want to know all about the story, go ahead and check out the podcast. But basically, I was able to snorkel with minke whales and get in a bunch of fun diving. So this video is going to be just one of the fun dives that I did, because I just need to wait on something to get that editing software, because I want to do that video justice. But it was a really, really good trip. Probably the best that I've had with the company so far. I got so much good dive footage, and yeah, just one of the craziest experiences I've ever had. You're seeing a lot of these pictures now that I got that I am very, very proud of. Yeah, I just saw so much to make this trip memorable. Not only the minke whales, but so many cool types of fish and invertebrates, just things that I haven't seen before because I was either guiding courses and couldn't take a good look, but mainly because we actually went out 7 hours from our original reefs. Usually it takes 3 hours for us to get out to the reefs that we usually go to, but we went further out to go see the whales. So was just able to see a whole bunch of dive sites that I've never dove before, which was part of the excitement. So yeah, it was just a really good trip. Got a lot of good footage, a lot of cool things coming out. This is probably the dullest video for the next 2 weeks, I would say. I have a lot of good footage with a lot of good things to show you guys. So let's get right into it. So this is the dive site that we dove at. It was basically just like a big coral pillar pretty much. And I'm not too sure on the dive site name, so I'm sorry that I'm forgetting that, but the deepest point of this was 28 meters, so that's where I saw a lot of the fish that I filmed for this video. So I'm sorry that it's so blue. Please send me money so I can buy a red filter for this camera, because it would make a big difference. I'm not actually asking for your money, but it would be appreciated if random Venmos hit my account. But basically, when I first got down there, I just saw this gigantic school of blackfin barracuda, or Sphairene queeni. I'm just going to go with that, probably Quenny. But I've never seen barracuda school like this, at least not big of a school like this. So it was just an awesome, awesome first sight, besides that turtle that was there when we were descending. So really, really cool find, and just a beautiful sight overall. Next up, we have these little two-tone dartfish. They're a lot like firefish. I used to have two purple firefish. But then next up, I'm sorry if you're getting tired of seeing them. I am not, but we have some more clownfish. These ones in particular are orange-finned anemone fish. But I really just want to look at the bubble tip coral right there. I think that is so cool. I have a lighter version and then a darker version in this next part. And then these clownfish are spine cheek. So I haven't seen this species before. I was mainly just filming this second video for the bubble tip, but then I realized that I haven't seen these guys before. So that was definitely a very, very, very cool find. And yeah, I just always love seeing them be in their little homes. I think it's adorable, and I'm sorry if you're getting tired of seeing anemone fish. I am not. I love them, no matter how classic or basic they may be. And then next up, we have a spot fin lionfish. So I just wanted to record this guy for the antenna that it had, but then I also, when I was IDing it, I figured out that I've actually never seen this type of lionfish before. So yeah, spot fin lionfish, or Pterois antennata. So very, very cool. I thought it was gorgeous, even though I get hungry whenever I see one. I think I've made that joke multiple times. But anyways, next up we have an absolute gigantic Titan triggerfish, or Ballistoides viridescent. Now this triggerfish was as big as my torso. The little butterfly fish that's right next to it is about the size, maybe a little bit bigger than your palm. So if you just put like 5 or 6 of those together, that's the size of this Titan triggerfish. So really does live up to his name. They will nip at you. They do have territorial tendencies. One of our cooks, he was actually doing his open water course, and I was part of that when I was doing my volunteer trip at the shop, and he actually got nipped by one. Very, very funny when he came up and he was like, "Yo, I got attacked." It was hilarious. You had to be there. And the dude's just a gigantic ginger in a mullet. And yeah, so put that together and make up your own laughs for that, because we were all dying. Then next up, we have some coral grouper, or Cephalopholus miniata. Now, I know I showed a very, very horrible clip of these guys before. Literally just a little shadow, and then it zipped away under some coral. So I actually got some okay footage of them. It's just really, really blue. I'm sorry about that. That it really doesn't do these fish justice. So I took a picture with the flash on and was able to at least capture what these guys actually looked like. I really don't like using flash photography, especially on fish. I just feel like it's very disturbing, and I like to just do it as least as possible. I don't know if that's English, but I don't care. This is my video. But just an absolutely gorgeous fish. I mean, I see why it's such a staple here in Cairns. I don't know if it is all over Australia, but this guy is literally like on the front of the Cairns Aquarium. So we're going to go ahead and close off here with probably one of the coolest things that I found on this dive, which was a brown banded pipefish, or Corythoichthys amplexus. I butcher that first name, but again, I don't care. This is my video. So pipefish are awesome. There are about 200 species of them, and yes, they are related to seahorses. They have a really long, at least these type of species right here, the brown banded pipefish, has a very long body, and some of the only types of pipefish that I have ever seen. I know there's a lot of other, I probably have seen them out of like the corner of my eye, but have never been able to identify any other species, just because they're just so dang good at camouflage. I mean, this dude blends in right with the rock, which makes them very hard to find, but I'm really starting to get an eye of seeing the things that aren't normal in the reef, which definitely takes some time to do. And I'm able to find all these smaller things, and you know, once you see all the bigger things, it's the little things that you really look for, and honestly, in my opinion, I think are cooler. So yeah, I love finding little creatures like this, especially since, you know, they can be pretty rare. I found a good amount of pipefish on this trip, actually, so stay tuned for that, but that's the only hint I'm going to give you as to what some of the other dives look like. But that's pretty much going to wrap it for today's video, guys. This is the last fish video that I want to look like this. When I come back from my trip, I leave tomorrow. It is currently 9:26 right now, so I have to wake up in a couple hours, get on a boat, and then right when I come back, I'm going to work on that Minkie video. Thank you guys for your patience on it. I promise it will be a good one. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys on Friday.